Hello friends, I'm Joel and you're watching Peace in America. Today I thought I'd try my first ever live stream on this channel. But technically it's not a live stream, I haven't set that up yet. But I just want to thank you for coming along with us on our journey. Like I've been saying, we've just been getting started here. We haven't even been streaming for 1 year yet. So in the future, I've tried to activate live streams, and we'll see if I can get another one next time. So today I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I have a story to tell you, which is about how Ziggy set my apartment on fire. So my name's Joel, I'm 37, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska originally, and then this April I moved to Golden, Colorado. I'm an attorney. In high school I was a debater, and I played chess, played basketball. These are my hobbies. But I also have a little creative side, and I'm trying to share that with you. So about the channel, you've heard me talk about how this channel is about having fun, making people laugh, and trying to increase peace one idea at a time. So what do I really mean by that? Well, hopefully you've heard of the Beatles. They're one of the best bands ever. And if you're like me, your favorite Beatle is John Lennon. And John Lennon said, all we are saying is make peace a chance. Or he said, all we are saying is give peace a chance. And John Lennon doesn't need to be your favorite Beatle to get this idea. In fact, in the comments, go ahead and share who's your favorite Beatle. And by the way, it can't be Paul, because he's just not that nice. So it should at least be a Ringo or George. But if you're cool, it's John. So, like I said, John doesn't have to be your favorite Beatle, but I just think it's cool that he even came up with that. He came up with the idea, all we are saying is give peace a chance. So I kind of want to say the same thing. And here's another way I'll try to explain it. You've probably heard the parable of the princess and the pea. And the story went something along the lines of there was this rich prince who was trying to find his soulmate. Who is the woman he's going to marry and share his kingdom with? And so this princess to be, that he put them to a test. He stacked like 10 mattresses up, but he put a little pea at the bottom of the mattress. And whoever was so fair and so royal and ladylike could actually feel the pea 10 mattresses down, he knew that was his soulmate. So it just has to be a little pea. By the way, there's a rainbow over here. See that? So yeah, we just landed in Maui last night. I gotta give a big shout out to my sister Maureen for hooking me up. She's my older sister. I only have one sister, so she's very important to me. And we're here in Maui for like the next 4 days. So I really wanted to give you some content while I'm away. So coming up, here's what you can expect from this channel. I got a chess rap coming. I know everybody likes chess. I like chess. Well, do you like raps? Well, then you're gonna like this chess rap. So I'm dropping it like it's hot pretty soon. Maybe like tomorrow, let's say. Woo! And then I'm gonna go back to my law stuff. Hopefully some of you all watched the analysis of Hans Niemann versus Magnus Carlsen, the motion to dismiss analysis. I'm still getting started in experimenting and testing stuff out. It seemed like people liked that one. So I'm a lawyer and I've been doing law stuff for the really intense for the last 10 years. So I don't really feel like pigeonholing myself and just doing one type of content already straight out of the gate. But yeah, okay, maybe I should know my role a little bit. Oh, rainbow. and share the legal knowledge that I have. Okay, fine. So my next one is going to be pretty sweet. You heard of oral argument. That's when not necessarily like a closing argument in front of a jury, but legal arguments in front of a court, usually an appeals court, and usually they're just talking about the law. And the lawyer stands up there and gets peppered with questions from the court. And I know how to do that. So I have tons of amazing, really good tips, whether you're a law student, a lawyer, or just someone who's trying to learn more about the law and the court system. This is how the United States Supreme Court does it. So I'll share lots and lots of examples from the United States Supreme Court on how to be an effective oral advocate. So okay, now my story about Ziggy. My Ziggy, I miss him. He's back in Golden, Colorado this week. So really, my heart is kind of half full because I need him. But here's the story. So I mentioned that I moved to Golden in April. And it was actually like April 21st or something like that, kind of, towards the end of April. And started my new job. So it's also too early for Ziggy to go to doggy daycare like he normally would. He just hasn't had the paperwork still in the system, or they still want to check him out to make sure he'll play well with the other dogs. So okay, he's got to stay at the apartment. And really, I hadn't left him alone like that. In Omaha, I never did that. Like, he always was at daycare, or yeah, pretty much. I mean, you saw that love letter that the daycare folks wrote to him, so they really loved that guy. But so what to do? Well, I put him in his crate for a few days while I was in the office. And Ziggy plus crate is a no bueno. He hates his crate. The crate is really antithetical to everything that Ziggy stands for. He is a bursting ball of love and energy, and he just wants to jump on you and give you a hug and maybe a little kiss if you're lucky. And that way, you know that you're buddies for life. And so if he's in his crate, he can't do that. So I thought, okay, what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to the office, but I will let you out of your crate, Ziggy. If you go to the bathroom on the floor, I'll clean it up. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. As long as you're happy, because I had come home to see him, take him out of his crate, and he was super, super angry and upset. And it just kind of threw his whole mojo off. So it's Cinco de Mayo, and I leave Ziggy out his crate, and I'm a brand new resident in my apartment complex, and my unit complies with the American Disabilities Act, the ADA, which means that typically they could rent this unit to someone in a wheelchair. So the stove is lower, everything's lower, probably like a foot lower than normal. Also, the knobs on the stove aren't on the back, they're right there in the front. And this is where it's my fault. Maybe I left some dog food on the stove, a nice fresh bag of kibble just sitting there. So Ziggy jumps up, and this is like, I leave for the office at maybe around just after 8 o'clock. And within the hour, I want to say around 40 minutes, I get a phone call from my apartment saying, your apartment's on fire, you left some food burning on the stove. And I said, no, I didn't, because I usually don't even eat breakfast. And I definitely didn't use the stove. And I told them what happened. I said, oh, my dog lit it on fire. And they didn't necessarily believe me, but that was true. So there's these little knobs that are really easy to turn on. And all Ziggy did was jump up, try to get the food, turned the burner on, lit some dog food on fire. There was also like some tin foil, maybe some plastic cups. So there was a really gross smoke smell, but luckily the fire alarm went off because no one was home. It was just him. And there was a fire. There was like a decent sized fire on top of the stove. So the fire alarm went off. One of my neighbors, who I'd never met before, said, hey, to one of the property managers, hey, this fire alarm is going off, you better get in there. So one of the dudes I owe a lot to, Jeff, went in there with a fire extinguisher and put it out. And really there wasn't much damage at all, thanks to him. It could have been a complete disaster. It could have burnt down the apartment, in which case I would have been probably like a fugitive somewhere, and you would never see these videos. But it was really just mostly smoke damage. So I was dislodged. Cinco de Mayo, I was dislodged out of my apartment for about a week. I was kind of sad because originally they thought that they weren't going to be able to get me back into my unit, and I had just moved. So moving's no fun, you know, you're trying to build your home. And I just moved, and I really didn't like the prospect of that idea. And they worked with me. They were so awesome. Shout out to Outlook Golden Ridge Apartments in Golden, Colorado. Everyone should live there. You can come hang out with me. They have a hot tub. They have Thirsty Thursdays with a keg. They have an amazing dog park. There's trails right down the road where I've seen deer. I've seen like 5 deer just this year. So Ziggy is the fire starter. Ziggy started a fire in my apartment. It was kind of naughty, but it was my fault. So now those knobs that I talked about are child-proof. I've got some child-proof locks on them. And what I actually heard from someone is their cats do this. It's more likely that a cat will do this just for fun, to cause mayhem. And what they do is just take the knobs off. So there's a little pro tip for you if you're a cat owner and the cat's trying to get a little mischievous up in there. You can just remove the knobs and no fire in your apartment. So there you go. We'll be back with Ziggy soon. But like I mentioned, here comes the chest wrap. It's dropping so hot. So thanks for watching. Shout out live from Miami, although technically it's not live yet, but it's close. Live, diet live, pretty close to live. And I want you to keep watching, like, subscribe, comment about your favorite Beatle. I know it should be John, but if it's not, I hope you have a good reason why. Really, by the way, if you saw Get Back, side note, Get Back is not a good song. So I hope that didn't give a sour taste in your mouth about the Beatles, because Get Back, the movie's called Get Back and they play Get Back like 25 times. Get Back is not a good song. I've Got a Feeling is an amazing song, and that's in there. So I don't know, if you're younger than me, I'm 37, and you haven't checked out the Beatles are amazing. The song Get Back is not amazing. So if your favorite Beatle is someone other than John, or if it is John, whoever it is, put it in the comments. Tell me why. Like, subscribe, love, dream, smile, and increase the peace.